Hello, hello, and good evening. I hope this video finds you well. Today's been a very good day and a long one. Hmm. This evening I was feeding the horses and just taking my time, which I don't always do. Often I'm in a rush just to get it done, and even when I'm kind of rushing, I still have made it a habit to stop and say hi to each horse that approaches me or that I move past. But tonight I really took my time and I always enjoy it more when I take my time to appreciate the moment. And it doesn't matter what that moment is. It can be the moment when I sit down in my hot car. It's been sitting in the sun all day. And I just find appreciation for the fact that I have a vehicle. Like, I'm able to get around the with ease. And the rest of our technology is amazing as well, right? Like, you have a cell phone, probably, and just really appreciate what is it you can do with that? Like, you have access to the world of information at your fingertips. You can just feel curious and learn about something. Like, isn't that amazing? You're able to contact people all over the world. Hmm. It really is amazing what we can do, what we have access to. Even if you don't happen to have a phone, in a lot of the world, you can gain access to a computer, the internet. Like here in the US, we have public libraries. Hmm. There are always opportunities that we aren't willing to see. There are in every situation. If you put in the effort to change your perspective, to shift your vibration, to be in a state of being where we all want to be, some positive emotion, whether it's feeling hopeful or excited or happy or even just content. If you are at peace in the moment, you're going to be much more likely to see the opportunities that are all around you. Lately, I've been, the last couple of days, I've been having a hard time keeping my emotional state steady. Being excited about life and enjoying things, and instead my mind wants to, to some extent, want to like ruminate on old ways of thinking or on self-limiting ways of thinking, feeling like I'm not good enough or that I'm lacking in some way. And when you allow your focus to stay in a thinking pattern like that, the mind tends to go round and round and keep repeating these ideas in different ways, justifying them, providing evidence and support for the idea. But we don't have to allow that process to just keep going. We can interrupt that. We can recognize what the mind is doing. We can recognize that we keep attaching to these thoughts. We allow ourselves to keep looking at things with this negative perspective, that, and what makes it negative is only that it causes you to suffer, right? Or that it causes suffering. So we allow this negative pattern to be our focus, and it it can feel like we get trapped in that. But we can recognize that we're there and change our way of dealing with it. We can choose to shift our focus to something that we would rather be thinking about, something that we know is true and real, something that helps us to feel good. And why do we want to feel good? Well, clearly it's nice just because it feels good, right? But also, as I said earlier, if you're feeling unhappy, if your focus is on something unhappy, that's putting your body and your mind in a state of stress. When you're in stress, you lose your ability to problem solve. You lose your ability to, you lose a lot of your creative ability. Your focus narrows down. You're less, your actual perspective of the world around you changes, it shrinks. You're less likely to reach out for help. You're less likely to you're less likely to be able to see something that might be really obvious because you're stuck in a survival mode. On the other hand, if you're feeling good, if you're at peace or you're hopeful, you're excited, you're you're in love, you're going to see things in a completely different way. You're going to see when someone offers you a hand. You're going to see someone offer you a hand up, and you're going to trust that this person means well. Versus if you're feeling sad, angry, lost, alone, you're going to see someone reach out, and you're more likely to think that you're going to mistrust their motives. Or you're going to find some other way to create some form of suffering for yourself. That's my experience. Mm. So it's important to cultivate the garden of your mind. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your emotional state. When you notice that you're focusing on something that is not helpful to you, something that makes you feel bad, that puts you down, make a course adjustment. Either change how you're thinking about what you're thinking about. Notice where you're thinking thoughts that disempower you. You can change those thoughts. Change how you're looking at it. Or you can shift your focus to something else entirely. Whatever you do, give yourself love and grace. Be proud of yourself for noticing. Be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up for going back into the pattern. Recognize it, make an adjustment, choose again. The mind seems to want to go down well worn trails. If you have a well established habit, it's going to take a long time to change it, most likely. You're going to find yourself doing it again and again, unconsciously. But the more you notice it and bring it back around, catch the thoughts, change them, choose something different. It gets easier. And over time, you go back to those old habits less and less. Mm. And you're replacing it with a new habit, building a new way of being, creating a new way of being, a new life. You are the clay and the craftsperson. That was my friend calling. Anyway, thank you, everyone, for being present. Thank you for living your life and for exploring. Hmm. Just by learning and engaging in new ways of thought, you're figuring out how to heal yourself, how to become whole. And just through that process, you make the world a better place. Your life becomes better, more enjoyable. Even if the material aspects of your life don't change at all, I find more enjoyment in my practice your appreciation. Makes a lot of difference. Be well.